Welcome back. Update number 8. A lot of my time this past week or two has been working on the Walthers concrete structure. It's a little bit of a trying. Instructions aren't too good. I'll kind of go over some of that and show you what I've accomplished on putting that together. Also, this last week, my wife treated me to a dinner train that they have here in Kentucky. It's called the Old Kentucky Dinner Train, and it's very, very interesting. Lots of history. It passes through some of the older. I'd like to tell you what county that was, but some Jesse James stuff, Jim Beam distilleries, and quite a few other things that go along with it. Locomotives were the FP7s they acquired from Southern Railway, and they've got I think somewhere around 35 miles of track here. It's a little private company, but I guess they move the freight and then run a dinner train in between. So it was a lot of fun. Okay, let me kind of show you what I've got done. The cement factory freelance is pretty nice. I kind of changed my ideas around a bit here and there, and we'll kind of go from there. Anyway, let's take a look. Quick tip on fixing some of the long seams that you have to put together with these plastic kits. This is the concrete company, but there's the Grain and a couple other ones that have these same type of silos, and they run this long split down the side. You can never quite get it closed up. I find by taking a small amount of plaster of Paris, mixing it up fairly thin, and using your finger and actually pushing that into the crack. Let it sit up for a couple hours and then sand it down. Comes off fairly easily, and we'll hide that crack. Here it is with the cracks filled, and I've airbrushed it with a coat of a very light brown coating, and then have sanded some of that off. I'm hoping that when I put a light coat of gray on it, that some of that will show through and give it a little bit of texture. And here it is after I put on a light coat of kind of a cement gray, I call it, but I put it on very thin, trying to let the streakedness get through. Continuing on with the cement company here, it's proving to be quite a challenge. First, their instructions, very, very vague. All they do is give you some pictures, no real write-up on what goes first or what comes second. That's basically what you have. I'm up into the top section here, and I have not glued anything really down yet. I can remove that, but this piping is becoming very detailed in here. This one is no problem, the main runner here. We get into this area, we have some that are overlapping here, and it's just no good instructions there on was it the chicken or the egg that came first? I'm not sure. Anyway, the tower here proved to be a little bit. They give you 4 pieces, and I tell you to glue that's about 8 inches long, and to glue those 4 sides together and keep them straight became a bit of a challenge also. So we'll work on the piping. We'll get back on this here in a minute. Okay, we've kind of solved the piping problem, and the main problem was this piece of piping right here. If we go over to the instructions, it shows that pipe being in front of this one, but going underneath this ductwork and going underneath this ductwork. It just doesn't work that way. That piece actually passes in front of this one and over, and then this one is underneath here. And there's actually a set of structures that go up above those. Once we get the piping laid in, these structures will go in and we have to tie some piping in underneath those. So it's slowly coming together. So as we've gone over some of the downfalls, mainly in the instructions. So that's there. I've kind of changed. I was only going to put a single line up into this area, but now I think, well, it'll look a little bit neater if I have maybe a siding up here to bring some cars in. So I'm getting ready to lay this piece of track in here today. We'll get that knocked out. Okay, well, in the next week or two, hope to get some more structures built and keep working on that side of the layout, get a little more accomplished here. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in about a week or two. Have a great day.